Hi everyone! I finished the first Murderbot book, All System Red, and of course I immediately went to watch the show, like I binged it, and I really want to talk about it. So in this video we're going to compare the book versus the TV series, and we can discuss how each of those mediums managed to tell the story in its own way. I will try to keep this video spoiler free. If there is any spoiler, I will warn you so it's safe. So yeah, let's go! So what is the Murderbot series? It is a series of novellas and novels that follow a Murderbot who is half machine, half human, kind of. I mean, he is robot, but he has organic parts, so he looks like a human, but he is not exactly human. The point is that he is built as a security unit, so he is supposed to protect people, but he hacks his system, so now he's free and he can do whatever he wants. But instead of going on a rampage and killing people and causing trouble, he just wants to watch his TV series and to be left alone, right? He is quite funny to read, he's quite unique, and each story is told by his point of view, so we are constantly in his head, kind of, and we follow his adventures, so to say. In the first book, in the first novella, he's assigned to protect a team of people as they're making their research on an alien planet, and of course things go wrong, so he has to protect them. But the funny thing is that those people are kind of different to the people he's used to. They're more friendly to him, and he just wants to be left alone. Like, his interaction with his team and his interaction with humans in general are quite fun. His commentary is quite fun. So I think the strongest point of the book is the character voice, is the humor that comes from his comments on people, society, life, everything. His obsession with TV series is also quite fun. That's the main strong point of the book. This is something that the TV shows kind of loses a bit because, of course, the medium is different. But in the book, you really have this strong character voice that is very interesting to read. The downside of us following a Murderbot is that we don't have so much information about the other characters. Like, I wanted to know more about the other characters. Like, at the beginning, I had difficulty picturing them. There are a lot of people in the team, so it took me some time to remember who is who, and I just really wanted to know more about them. But the book is really short, and also it's very fast-paced. Everything happens quickly. There is not much time for learning about the characters in depth. Since this is like a novella and it's the first book in the series, I felt it's okay if some details are not mentioned. Because the pacing was quite good, and I understand that if we had too many details or too much character development, it might have slowed the pacing and just killed the vibe. Like, the book has a very particular vibe. Actually, it took me a few pages to get used to it, to get used to his voice. But if you click with it, if you enjoy his humor and the way he speaks, then you're going to have a very fun time. So let me say a little bit about the TV series now. As I mentioned, the TV series expands on the book. So they introduce more backstory to the characters, they introduce more context, we see more of the surrounding galaxy, and there is new scenes, new moments, new complications for the characters. Some of those scenes are quite fun, some feel a little bit like a filler, but I don't think there was anything that is too much. Or yeah, I enjoyed the show. I felt like the additions they did were like 90% cool. The only thing that was a bit jarring to me was the scientist team. I mean, they're not all scientists, but let's call them the scientist team. The team that Murderbot had to protect. In the books, I imagined them a bit more normal and serious people. I mean, they were a bit different, as I said, different to the people that Murderbot is used to, but still, I imagined them differently. And in the TV series, they were a bit more goofy, a bit more ridiculous even. And at first, I was not sold on that. I felt like they are made more stupid just for comic reasons. Like, there's one character that is much dumber in the TV series, just so we have like funny situations. But as the show progressed, I grew fond of those characters, and I think their dynamics work quite well. So I'm happy that I didn't stop watching, that I kept watching, because the more I watched those characters, the more they grew on me, and I kind of accepted them for what they are with all their weirdness. So yeah, I kind of fell for them by the end of the TV series. They won me over, and of course, still in certain scenes, maybe they made this one character a little bit too stupid, but it was fun. It was fun. It was fun. It was okay. It was okay. I think the Mensa, who is like the woman leader of the group, I think the actress they chose for the role was perfect. She was one of my favorite. I really liked her performance and her dynamic with Murderbot. Like, her dynamic with Murderbot is very important for the story, but I think it worked quite well. Murderbot himself was great. Maybe the costume could use some work. Like, sometimes it does feel like a costume, like it feels too soft, and I thought it's more rigid in a way, but that's the tiny detail. It was fine. I think the visuals were good, like the aesthetics were okay, and I really like one other character, but man, the names are so difficult. I usually have difficulties with the names, but this time is even worse, so I will try to pronounce it. Garatian, I will show you. This guy, he was very tricky because he can end up being super creepy and kind of weird, but I felt like the actor did a very good job to give him some nuance and to make him a bit more complex. I also liked his dynamic with Murderbot. I think it was quite fun. Yeah, I think my favorite things in this series, also in the book, is how Murderbot communicates with people and all those awkward situations. It's so much fun. But also the action, it's quite good. There's some blood there and some flying heads here and there, so be prepared, but nothing too gory, I think. Maybe, I don't know. It depends on your level of tolerance, but I think if you don't like flying heads, you can just squeeze and go on. It's not so violent. There's some fighting, but it's not so violent. I don't know. It's very hard to say. I forgot to mention another improvement that the TV series did is to show the TV series that Murderbot was watching, which was super fun, The Sanctuary Moon. It was really cool to see it and to see snippets of the show. So that was really fun. So let's summarize everything. The book has a very strong character voice and it's very fun, but you learn less about the crew and their environment. And the TV series, you lose a bit of the voice, but you get more about the other characters, you get more context about the world, and you get some extra fun scenes. So I think the best approach is to first read the book, so you get the Murderbot monologues, and you get his thoughts, and you get the entire vibe of it. And then you go and you can watch the show and get extra content, because the show gives you extra content. You can still be surprised here and there. There's still extra scenes, extra moments. So I think that's better. Just book first, TV series later. But of course, you can also just watch the series and skip the book. But I think the book has some extra flavor. I would recommend it. The only thing I'm warning you about is about the crew. The crew does look a little bit over the top at first, but give them a chance. They're endearing, they're cool, they're funny, and I like them. So give them a chance. That's it for this video. I didn't want it to make it too long. Just a quick one, because I was excited about this series and I already bought the next book in the series, so I'm going to read it. And the TV show is renewed for a second season, so we will get more of it. I'm very happy about it. And because I was thinking about adaptations and movies and books, so I will make a video about my favorite book to movie adaptations. You can find that linked somewhere if it's out. If it's not out, it's coming soon. So you can subscribe and get notifications when it's out. And you can check my other videos if you like. Thank you for watching and see you again next time. Bye bye. See you next time.